if it's videotaping it. Just.
Okay, today I'm going to teach you how to properly check all your fluids in your car. Start with, you have to pop your hood, which most cars are about the same. Some are a little different. Basically, right here is a little lever with the hood popping up. Just hit it, you hear the click. On mine, there's a little lever. Some you just pop right up. It just depends. So I just got it. If I lever up, goes up. There's a little stick that actually like holds it all up. There's a spot. It says prop rod. Stick it right in there and it holds it all up. Now, nobody really knows like when you're supposed to and you're not supposed to check your fluids. The best way to do it is when you see your sign coming up saying check fluids. That's one sign. And every so often, just check. If you drive your car a lot after so many thousand miles, you want to get all your fluids checked and everything. Sometimes you don't drive that often. Like I know my grandma hardly ever drives her car. You still want to do it every so often, especially when the lights go, or every like about 3,000 miles. They suggest is the best way to go. Your most important is your oil. That's your number one light that will pop up your oil light. What you do is there's a little dipstick that actually says, like I said, all cars are basically different, but in the sense they're more or less the same idea. This is your engine oil. The best way to do it is pull it out, wipe everything off as you do it, and then down here on the end of the dipstick, once it's clean, it will say minimum, and it says min and max, which is that you want to have at least that much oil. You don't want more than that. So with it being clean, you stick it right back in this little hole, pull it out, and you can see all this is kind of oil all over again. It's right there, which is where max is, so your oil is fine. If you would need to fill your oil though, it says right here, it says engine oil, just twist it up, fill your oil in there. With oil, every car is different. It depends how often you drive your car, your year, your make, your size, your model. Everything depends on the oil. The best way to do is go in the store and say, this is what I drive and what do I do. Your next most important is your transmission fluid. Now my car is an automatic, so I just go drive neutral, all that. If you ever stick shift, it's totally different, which I don't have that car to show you exactly, but with tranny fluid, it's the same thing. You want to pull it out, wipe everything down. This dipstick's the exact same. It will say minimum, maximum, and everything, and some of them actually say when to add. This one will tell you how to add it. So then, right back on down in there. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get it all the way back in. And yet again, this one says it's all the way to the top, so there's no need that I need to fill this one up or anything again.
The car coming.
Put that right back down in there, and if you need tranny fluid, you just pour it right in the hole. Simple enough. Your next one you want to check is your brake fluid. Brake fluid is nice and easy. Open the top, you look in it. All it is this little thing right here that's as much as it really holds for you. You just look in, and mine's almost to the top, so there's no need to fill it. You never really want to put everything to the brim, because sometimes you can't have too much. When you get like that, you don't want it to pour over and everything. It can get a little scary. It can heat up with your engine a lot. So that's nice and high. When you check these fluids, like I said, my car, you can see it's on a straight level. You always want to make sure your car is straight with you. You don't want to do it at a tilt, because obviously your fluid's going to be tilting also. Never do it hot. Certain things, as in your coolant, which is over here, this thing right here that you'll open up and you can look right in here. With that, you never want to do that hot, because if the coolant right here, your coolant, if that's hot, that can squirt at you and that will really give you horrible burns. Another thing you want to do is your washer fluid, which is your basic right here. You can look in and you can see it's blue. Mine's up really hot, so there's no need of really filling that or doing anything with that one. But I have a problem with my power steering. I have a leak in my power steering fluid, which is this one right here. And this is a different looking dipstick. It's just a little tiny one, because it's just like how the brake fluid is just like a little container. That's exactly how the power steering is. So you want to wipe it off. And after this one says add, and it says hot. So if it says like add right here, anything below you add it. When it says hot, you don't want to fill anything more than hot. Put mine down. Pull it back up. And my bottom two have the power steering fluid in my bottom two little holes. There's nothing on my third, so that's below add, so you definitely want to add on this one. And I got this ready because I knew this was coming. Like for my power steering, I can hear when you make turns, it's a little hard to turn and everything. So I knew that I was going to need it. The best way to do it is get a funnel, put it right in the top. you're hesitant, just stop and recheck. You never want to put too much in. So mine's looking like it's up there, so I'm going to stop for a second. Grab the lid. Like yet again, you always want to make sure your lid's nice and dry. Put it back in and see where it says. As you can tell, the whole thing's dripping. It's up to hot, so it's totally fine. Put your brake fluid back on and you're good. Or excuse me, your power steering fluid. When it comes to power steering fluid, you really only have to know like the strength of what you need. If you have a bad leak, you want a better stop leakage. If it's a less leak, it's not that big of a deal, less leakage. That's basically the same for their cars. Your washer fluid, that's the same, that doesn't matter. Your brake fluid, that depends on your system, like the ABS brake system, anti-lock brakes, whatever you have, you want to pay attention to that. Your oil and your Trinity, those are matters in your car. If you don't know, ask somebody. They'll tell you, like if you get a pencil in advance, those places are real good at telling you what you do need, what you don't need, and everything. So that's the basics of changing and checking all of your fluids and everything. You want to do it as much as you possibly can to make sure everything's up to date. Put that right back in there, shut that, and you're good to go. That's how you check your fluids.